I'm going to show you how to install some aftermarket speakers into a 1993 through 97 Toyota Land Cruiser or LX450. What I did is I just got these. They're about $35 from Best Buy. Pioneer TSG650s, and they're 6.5s. And what you do is you're going to end up taking the cover off of the existing door panel and mount the speakers over the door panel instead of inside. It'll work out nice. You can put 6.5s in the front and in the back. These were 4 inches normally. So on this one in the back, there's a circle in the metal. I got some sheet metal cutters, and I'll show you when I get around to that side. But you don't need any adapters or anything. Just these speakers, these TSG650 Pioneers, and I used number 8 by 1.5 inch sheet metal screws. Okay, before we get into putting the speaker in, you want to take off the door panel and you want to take off the factory cover. This has already been installed, but you want to take off the factory cover though that was there before. The speaker goes in, and then the cover goes over the speaker. You screw it in and then put the grill on. Okay, so it goes over the panel, and it holds the panel down better too. I like it. So what you do is you just pry up on this. It comes off. There's 3 little clips, and on the master switch there's a little hook down in here and then a clip here. So you want to pull up from here, pop it up, and then you see it's got the little lip. There's also a little tiny lip right there that you don't want to mess up. So when you put it back in, you want to disconnect the master switch and get that clip down in there. Make sure you don't break these little tabs there, and make sure that lines up. And pop them back in. Okay, first thing you want to do when you remove this door panel is take these screws off this one, and one right up in here. And then you want to take this screw out right here. This little screw, and pull the door off. Pop that out like that. Okay, next what you want to do is you want to pop the door panel rivets off. I'd use a panel tool, but I just use my fingers on it. Just be real careful because it's got that particle board. Work your way up. You can feel where it's tight. Pop them. Pop all the way up to the top. And around. Be careful with them, because you're going to end up breaking the cardboard on them like the previous owner did already on this, so I'm not worried about it. Now this piece up here, you can get a trim tool, pop it off. I'm not going to do it because I got it. Previous owner broke that too, so I have it rigged in there, and I can still get the panel off without it. Okay. So now you take the panel, take it from the top, slide it forward. You pull your pull your wire through, and you got to disconnect the light wire. It's right down there at the bottom. Okay, this is what you come across when you have messed up particle board here. There's a couple of these. It breaks the cardboard. You don't really want to do that. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these off that's holding the original speaker cover up. And on the front, on the 6.5s, these serve as a template to where the mounting holes are almost perfectly. But when you have these little clips that get stuck in here, I get a pair of needle nose pliers. I just put them right in there like that and pop them out. That way you can reuse them without breaking them. That's the best way it works for me. And all these door panels on this car, I've had to keep doing this. So, it works well. Okay, the previous owner had already cut the original clips, and they just had these tied in together without even soldering or a connection to the old speakers that were 5 1/4. They just had them wrapped around that, and that one didn't work, so that's why. But since the factory plugs, imagine these are the factory plugs, you want to cut the wires on the other side of the factory plugs, and then I'm going to solder these tips to the new speakers, so when I pull them out I can unplug them. I put dilithium grease in there, dielectric, whatever it's called. Put those in there. Okay, I got everything ready now. I have my speaker wires set up. Got them both going that way and bent, so just plug them in. But we're going to put the panel back on now. Okay, so we have everything set up. We got the panel back on, and we have our speakers set up. So what you want to do is you're going to take this screen off of the Pioneer. You just pop it off. You'll see there's little screen clips that go on it. Pop it off, and you're going to put these, you're going to put the speaker on, with the cover over, and then you put the screen back over it. You're going to have to drill some holes. And the holes are almost perfect where with the old screen was that you took off the stock speaker cover. So what I do is first I lay this aside. I put my speaker in and line up the 2 holes at top. Line one of them up first with where the stock speaker was, and I drill the first hole, and then I put my screw in and I get it started just to hold it in place. Okay, I'll let it hang there. Okay, I don't have my speaker plugged up yet, and I'm going to remember that. So then I'll do the other side on the other top. Same thing, 1.5 by 8, number 8 by 1.5. Get it started. Don't push on it in case you slip off. And so now on the bottom, I'm going to look through there, and there's two different sets. You want these bottom two on these Pioneers. Want to push it in a little bit so we rather do them one at a time. Don't go do all four at the same time, unless you want to find out the hard way that they won't line up perfectly when you get done. Okay, I'm going to tighten down the bottom one a little bit more, and this top corner one for this last one. Okay, that was snug. I'm going to put that in just to get it started, so it'll be easy. I'm going to put the screen back on. There you go. So now you're mounted up, and I'm going to take these screws out, plug it up, put the screen on, screw it all back together, and then try it out.
Nobody said anything. Bolton Johnson or on 98.9 on.
You thought I chose that song?
It's pretty much common knowledge. And this is every morning. It's not just like.
No, it's the radio.
We hope anyway. Walton Johnson in the morning, and then classic rock all day. Okay. Shreveport Bossier's all new.
These came. There you go. Add it up. I like them black. People say they want to paint them, but I like them black. It looks good still. You can paint them. Make sure they work first though. That's actually a Toyota grill. I had to find a Lexus symbol that matched it. Got those halo lights. See?